Okay, well, we got SM Mall. We can't keep that out since we had to start off here. And by the way, these machines don't dispense money to me. I don't know what. They don't like my American card. I have no idea. I'm going to try to give you the best experience I can in starting with the mall here. We're going to do it on different shows, so you have more to watch and no crazy editing for me to do. There are a lot of stores here at the SM Baguio here. There's so many. All the typical ones you could find over in Cebu, yes, and maybe more. It's a nice mall, and the temperature. Did I keep on talking about the temperature? Oh, I'm so tired of Krispy Kreme. Oh my God. The temperature is so beautiful here. It's just amazing. I cannot, for once, I can't complain about the, complain about the temperature. Jeez. Now you got an SM supermarket here, which is haven't had a chance to really go in there and actually explore, but we'll have plenty of time here to just everything here. I mean, their DQ. I can't even. The stores around here are pretty incredible for a mountaintop place, really. But I'm not going to take you over the whole mall. But you got a lot of familiar places, Jollibee. You got the French Baker here. Pretty much everything that you could get into Cebu, you'll definitely find here. The one thing they do have a lot here of is a lot of sports places for outdoor recreational. Anything from those nice little bubble jackets to keep you warm if you're going to do a little bit of hiking and lots of mountains if you want to go to actually. So if you're adventurous enough and you want to do that, there's plenty of places. Surplus, that's a good little store here. This is definitely a place where you'll get nice and fat on your vacation. There are plenty of pastry shops and cake shops. Oh, you got Cinnabon here. That's kind of a dangerous place for me. Another place for brownies. Then there's a Swiss baker. And this right here is the food court section. They got a couple of good places here, actually. No problem on stuffing your belly if you're going to be living in or visiting the Baguio area. As I said, there are more shops here that have more sweets. Everything you could actually look for. Very crowded town is what I'm noticing right off the bat. And I haven't even really started my walking tours of Session Road and so forth. And we're not the only ones, but basically what we're doing is, we're lugging this luggage around, and I got a backpack on because our hotel doesn't open, our lodge, whatever, doesn't open up until 2 o'clock. We've got a half an hour more to go. It's a nice little setup here for Christmas. Now, the interesting thing is that they don't have flights here every single day. And I'm not sure about that. Maybe it's, a little bit of, ingenious planning. Because they want you to stay here longer. I don't know. You have to ask the Chamber of Commerce about that. But that's something that I noticed. The airport was quaint. But when you arrive, you see the beautiful mountains outside. It is very highly overpopulated, my first glance of being here. In Baguio City, and plenty of people at the mall. Business is good and thriving, actually. They've got a Japanese bakery and cafe. Everywhere you look, I mean, food is abundant here. Japanese bakery, they have bread that's kind of made with seaweed or something. I'll show you at the entrance over here. There are more bake shops around here than I've seen in, I don't know, I think in any mall that I think I've been in so far. I'm not even covering this mall. Oh My Greek, flavorful pork and chicken. Oh, they got gyros here. Interesting to bring back. I think I'll get a little Greek food to bring back. And I imagine they have a microwave. Souvlaki. Oh, yeah. Gyros, I was by chicken or pork. Well, we're going to bring back so we can have something for dinner instead of coming back to the mall over here. So we got the beef. So 400 pesos for 2 7-inch gyros beef wraps. And this is a big city view from the mall because it's elevated. And you can see a little bit of the town from here. You see the clouds moving in. And they got, like any other mall, they got the terraces here. I could definitely feel the change of temperature as the day goes on here. We're going to head back to our lodging and get settled in there. I think once we do that, we're going to kind of walk the streets a little bit and kind of check out the town, get a little footage in there. I can't make a total assessment of Baguio because, you know, it's just arrived and I already got out some videos already. I told you I'm going to do it in a series of videos. But it's has everything here. Now, of course, it has that touristy stuff. There's like a little man-made lake or something there where you go out and they paddle you around the lake. I don't know if I want to do that. I want to make it a good trip for both of us. And, you know, of course, we're going to go to some parks, you know, Burnham. We're going to go to different camps and so forth, which is, you know, the typical thing you do here if you're going to be in Baguio. I mean, you know, when in Rome, do what the Romans, I guess. When in Baguio, do what the Baguioans do, I guess, you know. But yeah, it's just a nice mall. It's a nice mall. Not the biggest mall you ever see, but they got everything in this place, bar none. As I said, it's a food paradise here. You got all your typical, you know, comfort places like McDonald's and Jollibee's and so forth. Just enjoy this view. Now, the clouds could envelop this area anytime. I mean, that's the way it happens here, I understand. It's boom. Yeah. And you know, it's quite a contrast to living at sea level. It's one thing or the other. You can't have both. You know, you can't be in the mountains and be on sea level and have beaches and everything you want. It's a choice. If you ever had to move somewhere and had to make a choice, well, you're gonna have to live without one. Okay, mountains serve their purpose because it's a lot cooler environment, which a lot of Westerners actually like. But if you're really into the ocean, you're certainly going to be in the hotter weather. Now, don't get me wrong, it does, as I understand, get very humid up here too. To me, right now, what I'm feeling right now is absolute. It's just marvelous. You know, it feels great. They got universities out here. They got, from the short stuff I've seen so far, I'm not sure what they don't have here in Baguio. It's an interesting place to live, but see, one of the problems, they do get a lot of pollution because of the traffic and how many people have actually moved into Baguio City. And sometimes you get inversion situations with the atmosphere that'll bring the pollution all the way down to the streets, and my understanding. And it's really a place that nature's trying to survive, really. This used to be, if you could imagine how beautiful, if you look out there, that was all mountains and hills and no civilization here. Must have been just beautiful. But civilization makes its way in on just about everything. You know, there's not anywhere you could go, especially in the Philippines. But it's a great thing to know about the Philippines if you're really thinking about coming out to the Philippines. There is different climatic zones out here that'll can be custom tailored to your comfort level, such here in Baguio City. So it's a big choice you have to make, though. I think renting out here is not really cheap, as I understand. Certainly buying property is not cheap, and that's my understanding too. I'm no expert on Baguio City, and this is, of course, my first time out here. You know, my belly is so full, but my eyes are like in wonderment here. She did buy some cookie snacks for later to pick on. As I said, this is a trip to enjoy ourselves. We have to eat and indulge ourselves. I'm not even thinking about the money. Not one bit. Just gonna have a good time out here. Find ourselves a grab taxi if we could figure out what level it's actually on. Now, one thing I do notice is that there are some people that are wearing jackets already. And maybe it's the locals that live here and they know the weather changes from one point of day to the other. But I do notice a lot of people are in t-shirts and shorts like I am right now. But I can feel the change. I can feel it. Ah, there's Oakley. No wonder people are so obese. There's just too much food around. Everywhere I look. Remember I told you about the overpopulation or a lot of tourism? This is the line just to get a taxi. Look at this. How far back? This is crazy. But I guess you have no choice, really. So if you're going to be living out here, you're probably going to have a car. And believe it or not, there are no tricycles out here for transportation. So you're going to have to either have a pocket full of money and spend on grab taxis and stuff everywhere you have to go, or you're going to be a real good hiker and get around, which is healthy anyway, and do your shopping and recreation, you know, without wheels. That's just what it is. Yeah, this is the line. I was not hoping to see this, to tell you the truth. I'm just people watching here. I don't really see a lot of foreigners here. I've seen a few. Mostly Filipinos. Well, it is the Philippines, after all. Starbucks, bread talk. I'm getting full just looking at all these places to eat. I could never really choose. I could never choose. Me and Gilda, we get into it all the time. Where do you want to eat? What do you feel like eating? We just never know. So you can imagine my heart rate is up a little bit right now because I have absolutely no patience for waiting. That's why I never become a doctor, because I never have any patience. Alright, not funny to you, but yeah, too many people, and you wonder why I like quieter places. I like to be with the nature, because look at all these people. They're having more people, and their people are having more people, and their kids are having more kids. It's non-stop. Look at this. This is one little area of the Philippines, in one little mall. Look at all these people. Are they getting ahead of us or what? I'm going to raise hell. Don't want to get ahead of me. No, sir. Okay, Pizza Hut. All right, I either made you hungry or I don't know, or I don't know. Forget it. No more food. No more looking at restaurants. I've had my fill. I would imagine there's a lot of secret smokers here because, hey, smoking is bad for you. They have rules here that you get a fine if you smoke. So you got to go hide like a criminal. Like a criminal. You know, I'll be in a detention center up here. Nah, that ain't going to happen. Not if I could help it. But if they want to find me for smoking, they find me smoking, I'm just going to say, how much? 500? That's 500. But I'm finishing my cigarette. 1,000? Here. I'm having a second cigarette. Here's another 5. Line your pocket, pal. I don't like when they give rules like that, to be honest with you. What you do with your body. I mean, come on. They're worried about pollution. Well, up here in the hills of Baguio, there's immense pollution from all the car traffic and trucks and everything else going on. So far, it looks like a nice city. But I know one thing, and I heard about this prior to even coming here, that could be one of the most polluted cities in the Philippines, actually, other than Manila, general Manila area. This is actually Luzon, actually. So far, I smelt a little bit when I got off the plane, walking around a while. It wasn't the fuel from the plane. You can smell it in the air. It's a little better right now with a good breeze, but it can get pretty bad. Now, as I said, there's something about the ATMs here. Whether it just did not want to take my United States-based card. Sorry, this machine ain't dispensing whatever for this or something. That's no problem. I could do my Philippines bank card, but I don't know if there's got to be some in town There has to be other ATMs around. Because the ones in the mall here, it's just kind of funky. I can't figure them out. Okay, I'm going to end this video here while we're waiting for our ride. And we'll put quite a few more out on here. I might as well. As I said, I don't want to put everything on one video and sit there and edit it. And I'm not good at editing anyway. You know, very basic for me. But if I have to put it on numerous videos, we'll just go ahead and do that. Which I've done already, so why not? Okay, thanks for watching. Coming to you, not live, from Baguio City, city in the sky.